Hello, today I would like to talk about the ventral vagus and its embryologic development. You might be familiar with the polyvagal theory of Dr. Stephen Porges, which contributed a lot about the social engagement system, how we engage with other people. And it's a model, it's a concept, but still, I think it has a high value for biodynamic craniosacrotherapists. The way we engage with other people on a social level, on neuroception, and on the connection heart to heart, and on the way how we feel a kind of empathy or compassion for the other person. Um, it mainly influences the way how we treat. So we need this connection, this safe connection over, as Porges says, the ventral vagus, over the neuroception that includes the connection over voice, smile, mimic. Um, so the ventral vagus is something that we have to be aware of, and we have to, I think we also have to explain it to the clients to see in what way they engage with other people. Do I do this with the ventral vagus in a compassionate way? Do I see him as a safe other human being? Or am I on a sympathetic level in flight and fight mode, or even in the freeze mode, so that my body tries to save itself by um, emotional reactions that divide our social interaction or divide me from the other human being. I don't see him as someone to connect to. I see him as someone dangerous. I see him as someone that I have to struggle with or fight with or escape from. And I think this is the major reason why people on a personal level and people on the fork, on a country level, start being very territory, very moral about what they think and what the other one thinks in the wrong way. So the ventral vagus is a key for social interaction and in a safe way and a happy way, because we struggle for social interaction that is nourishing, and nourishing means in a lovable and in a way we can have peace and fun and exchange our experience, exchange our feelings, and be there for each other. So we get that lucky feeling only, that joyful, blissful feeling only when we have a social being, when we have a team where we create something as human beings together. So that is the transformation that should take place on a country level now. And it starts, as we all know, on an individual level. The ventral vagus is developed in the last trimester of pregnancy. And we are not born with a functioning ventral vagus. In the last trimester, it's there. It starts being myelinated, and the full function, it gets in an interaction with the caregiver, with the mother. So it needs to be trained. And the interesting thing about it is the most intensive development of the ventral vagus is from week 30 to 32 of pregnancy and until the last until the first 6 months. So it is the span from the week 32 till the 6 months is the important thing for the ventral vagus. And that's the time we have the interaction with the caregiver most, where there's the most intensive breastfeeding or feeding phase. And that's quite interesting. Looking at a paper from Stephen Porteous about the embryologic development of the ventral vagus, it says in the moment we are being fed, when we being breastfed or formula milk, whatever, we get more relaxation in the autonomous nervous system. And at the beginning, sucking, swallowing, being nourished is the main source of relaxation. But in the progress and process of the first 6 months, the relaxation by social interaction becomes more important and dominant. So we switch in the first 6 months of life from relaxation by being nourished, by nourishing, by taking food into your mouth and digesting it. That's a parasympathetic function. From that to the important thing of social interaction. So already in the first 6 months, it gets more important to socially interact in a compassionate and lovable way than being nourished. And I think this is unique in the creatures, in the beings. It's special for human beings. So having that in mind, that it's more important for us to have nourishing social interaction than being relaxed by nourishment or food, it's quite something, I think. So think about it maybe in the next hours or days and integrate it in your work and in your own being. Thank you for listening.